Hey guys, what's going on? I hope you are all doing fine and well and staying safe. I want to talk to you today about Sagat and the 3 zones of combat. There are 3 zones of combat on the screen that you need to be aware of, and I'm going to deep dive into some of those interesting details right now. So check it out and let me know what you think at the end. Sagat has 3 combat zones around the screen. The first is conditioning, the second is danger zone, and the third is in the pocket. Conditioning is where you set the pace of the match through movement and projectiles. In the conditioning zone, it's also a very valuable place to collect information about the opponent, how they move, how they attempt to close space, monitor their levels of patience or aggression, and observe how they use resources. Do they always try to EX through, or do they save for critical art, for example? There's a great chance for observation in the conditioning area. Then there's the danger zone. This area is called the danger zone because it's the area where limbs can be tagged and projectiles can be jumped for a combo. So although it remains one of Sagat's ideal positions to fight from, there are more things to be aware of in this area. The best Sagat players are the ones who can navigate all hazards and risks in the danger zone while simultaneously executing a winning formula. The third zone is in the pocket. In the pocket is a term I've taken from my boxing training and refers to being in close combat where you are in range to hit and be hit. Although there are similarities to the danger zone, in the pocket is also where throws can be utilized more frequently and faster and confirmable pokes take a more leading role, whereas in the danger zone, tagging limbs and aiming for counter hits is slightly higher in prominence. In the pocket is the least effective and most risky place to use raw tiger shots. Raw tiger knees are also very risky from this range, as they are hard to space and challenging to time well. This is Sagat's most vulnerable position due to his slow normals and movement, and weak low attack opportunities. As this is Sagat's worst positioning, it's extremely important to be efficient from this space and know how to navigate through an opponent's offensive tools. That's the end of part 1 of the Sagat tutorial. The conditioning zone presents a valuable opportunity for opponent observation and is a great place to collect information and build strategy. Just looking at things like how they move, how they attempt to close space, monitor their levels of patience or aggression. Are they trying to rush down from the get, or are they like trying to hang back in the corner? Observe how they use resources. Do they always try to EX through projectiles, or do they save for critical art, for example? I've literally been able to win matches or even entire sets just from seeing how they move within the first 20 seconds, so do not underestimate the power of the observation zone. The second area is the danger zone. The round 1 fight start distance is the exact distance to identify the danger zone, the area where projectiles can be jumped for a full combo and limbs can be tagged for knockdown and Oki. The danger zone does, though, remain a very pivotal and ideal position to fight from as a Sagat player. It just means there's more to be aware of from that area, Doesn't mean you should avoid being in that space. It's one of his best spots to fight from. Street Fighter V possibly has the smallest stages any Street Fighter game has ever had. Normally, basic combos take you all the way to the corner or almost to the corner. So you're going to have to get used to fighting in the pocket as a Sagat player because you're going to be in the corner a lot of the time. When you're in the pocket, tiger knees and tiger shots generally have to come from normal cancels. You can't use them raw, unless you're really smart about it, but then it's quite risky. But generally you're looking at cancels from lights or mediums. There are also crossover points in zones, where one zone meets another one in the middle of a match. Check out this example versus Tokido when I played him, where there's a mixture of danger zone meeting in the pocket, where Sagat scores a lot of tiger shots. Urian has a lot of great normals, especially against Sagat, and he's trying to invite Sagat to go in the pocket so that he can utilize those normals. Sagat is keeping him, he's forcing him to stay at the danger zone range because that's where Sagat can utilize more of his effective tools. And that's the exchange that you're seeing here between me and Tokido. So Tokido was denied his ideal spot of fighting Sagat in the pocket area. So notice how in the beginning of the next round he wastes no time in enforcing the space shutdown. He makes sure he gets in and creates a place to play in the pocket with Sagat. Once you feel more confident with Sagat, you can deliberately aim to fight in the pocket. It can throw opponents off really easily. People are so used to Sagat players trying to escape, playing in the pocket, that they almost hunt for that. But when you show that you're confident in that area, it kind of leaves them lost sometimes. Here's an example in a match where I deliberately opened up a scenario where we're in the pocket zone for the whole round, and it worked out well. Here's an example of Sagat playing all three zones in one round. So guys, that was it. Very short and sweet. The 3 zones of combat. Hopefully Sagat players will benefit from this. And even if you don't play Sagat, it will give you a little bit more to think about during your upcoming matches. Thanks for your time today, guys. Have a great day. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time around. Peace.